Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Muv-Luv Photonmelodies Resurrection. We are given a more serious and a little bit more of a dramatic intro this time into this new game, along with a character that's very, how shall we say, serious, but also may have a touch of the eccentricity of the main character from Adoration. I don't know yet, but I'm about to find out how he, I guess, interacts with everyone else and see if he's going to become much more of a looser character, if he's going to stay pretty stoic throughout. But until then, we just started. So let's see how it goes. Understood.
では成功を祈る。
というわけ、国連上層部のお偉いさん博覧会。見ものよ。
It's Yuko again.
では、ここまでで何か質問は？
Ah, they're using new art style now. This is fine too, actually. It's just gonna take a little bit more of an adjustment, sorry.
しかし何ですか。この子がスパイフィルターですか？人間の思考を解読できる。ねえ。副司令、いくらなんでも盛りすぎじゃないですか？そんな話信じますかね？
だが、第三計画の遺産と言われれば、我々が聞きを読んでいる範囲だけで考えても、辻褄は合っている。深く知る者にとってはなおのこと、信憑性が高まるはずだが。
でも超能力ですよ。テレパシーですよ。ビビビーっと。
超能力って言うから嘘っぽく聞こえるんだと思うな。一種の思考伝達と考えれば。そうですね。戦術機の間接思考制御もある意味ではその類でしょうし。
Honestly, it feels good to see all these characters again. We're back to revisiting them.
そういうこと。こういうのはね、真実と虚偽のバランスが大事なのよ。特に今回は。疑心暗鬼で内心落ち着かない来賓たちがどういう反応を見せるか。楽しみだわ。相変わらず悪趣味ですね。口うるさい手合いを一掃したいのはわかりますが、どれだけ大掛かりなんですか？
ストレス溜まってるならもっと別のさ、健全なことで発散すればいいのにね。
聞こえてるわよ、早瀬。さて、それじゃあ次にこの作戦のキーパーソンを紹介するわ。鈴宮。はい。
ほほう。
シルビオ・ルランディ注意。欧州連合情報軍本部第6局特殊任務部隊ゴーストハウンド所属。年齢不詳、経歴不明、身体の一部がサイブリッド化されています。全身の骨格、左目と左腕、そして両足です。
欧州連合の英史強化計画ですか。疑似生体技術が進歩してからは衰退したと思っていたのですが。
はいはい、質問。顔は？この顔は元から？それとも整形？
さあ、そこまでは。
ちょっとすかしてるけど、いい男よね。ねえねえ、風間、あんたこういうのタイプでしょ。よかったわね。
突然何ですか？確かに見た目は悪くないと思いますが。
あんたみたいな、いかにも奥ゆかしいです、和服似合いますってやつに限って、こういう派手な外人とくっつくのよね。
You know, I don't think I've ever had this chance to see, what's her name? Let's find out.
早瀬注意。
Kazuma?
すごい決めつけですね。それ一体どこからの情報ですか？
I don't think we've ever had the chance to really see Kazuma in action or even gotten a chance to even delve into her character, unlike all the others that we've seen here so far.
要するに一番喜んでいるのは早瀬ということだ。ほっといてやれ。
ああ、なるほど。 違いますよ。そういう大尉こそ目の色変わってたくせに。
何をバカなことを。
こいつの顔見た瞬間ピクッとしてたじゃないですか。
幻覚だ。医局に行け。
はいはい、ミーティング中です。皆さん聞いてください。
ちょっと待って。このシルなんとかの顔を見てピンときたのは誰？風間と早瀬といすみだけ？
宗方もクール気取ってチラチラ見てました。
デタラメを言わないでください、早瀬注意。
何よ、お堅いわね。
注意がはしゃぎすぎなんです。これは任務ですよ。一見副司令の壮大な悪ふざけに見えても中身は諜報戦。そんなことでは命を落としかねませんよ。
それぐらいあんたに言われなくても分かってるっての。
へえ。じゃあ宗方はこの任務命がけで臨んでくれるってわけ？
お言葉ですが副司令、私たちバルキリーズはいかなる任務であれ常に視力を尽くすのみです。
ああ、はいはい、そうだったわよね。今回はもう少し肩の力を抜いてもらわなきゃ困るのよね。
どういうことでしょうか。
このお遊び、仕掛けの本番はここからなのよね。
は？
そんなガチガチじゃこの先を聞いたら。まあいいわ。それじゃ話し続けるわよ。
一体何が始まるっていうの
Something you're all not gonna like either way. If it's Yuko Sensei,
説明は以上です。この来賓用のセキュリティパスを見えるところにお付けください。執務室で光月副司令から正規のパスが交付されます。その際にこれは自動で効力を失いますので廃棄していただいて結構です。
are you sure?
はい。
Okay, he's got the sunglasses too. You sure you wouldn't rather I return it to you?
返却はではなくて、ご面倒ですが私にお願いします。
Is she intimidated because of how he looks and the fact he's wearing sunglasses? Sounds good. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
はい、お待ちしています。何かご不明な点がありましたら何なりと私までお申し付けくださいませ。
Never mind, she's just thirsty. The offer is much appreciated.
執務室までは指定経路しか通れませんのでお気をつけください。
What a shame. Here I was hoping you'd take me there yourself.
私はこの千載一遇のチャンスにそうしたいのは山々ですが、いくら男性比率が少ないからといって職務を放棄することは。
Okay. My apologies. Could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch all of it.
申し訳ありません。ご案内は遺憾ながら忸怩たる単調の思いで。
This guy's teasing you, and here I thought he was like super serious. Don't get me wrong. I knew he had like an odd, what you call, characteristic. Again, in the same vein as, I'm already forgetting his name. The dude from Adoration. What a shame. Then again, I can't help but admire a woman so dedicated to her career. Please forget I said anything.
いえ、そんな。
I'd like to ask for one last favor. Allow me the pleasure of seeing your smile so that the memory might make my journey even sweeter.
旅？
It was brief, but our time together has made my passage to the EXO's office a little less lonely. Thank you.
惜しいな。 顔はいいんだけど。
Now, this is quite a welcome. There's not only regular guards, but also mechanized infantry crawling all over the place. Makes sense. This base is going to be swarming with UN VIPs in a couple of days. Also, I hate the design of these mechs. I especially don't like the fact that we have over here the... what you call the humanized, not even humanized, the pilots actually right here in front. Like, they should have, like, the mech armor just as bulky as this instead of showcasing where the pilots really are, because it makes them easy targets, you know? Like, look, they're right here. Now, obviously, the cockpit is usually in dead center of the chest plate, but at the very least, they're essentially, like, what, sitting? So, their bodies are kind of, like, boxed in, like, right here. But now that they have the whole outline of the human body right here, it makes them easy targets. I don't like that design. The UN Pacific Theater 11th Force Yokohama base. I have to say, this place is quite different from what I had in mind. The building itself is nothing out of the ordinary, but for some reason the atmosphere here feels really open and bright. Maybe the walls are made from more than just concrete? I suspect this was a deliberate design choice in any case. A colorful exterior to hide all the dark secrets that lie beneath. Then again, this has never been your typical military base. How could it be when it's not only built on top of a hive, but also on the ground zero of a G-bomb detonation? From what I hear, the effects of long-term exposure to hives or G-bomb pollution on the human body are still unknown. To think of all the innocent men and women Dr. Kozuki has made pawns in her research, and yet, she too stands to suffer from all ill effects, by her own choice no less. There's no such thing as the devil, but this woman certainly comes close. After all, her greatest trick has been to find a way to make the people of this country unwitting participants of her atrocious research. So this is what they call the forefront of beta research. I must succeed in my mission no matter what the cost. Best of luck with that, pal.
遠路はるばるご苦労様。期待してるわよ。シルビオ・オルランディ注意。いいえ、ファルソと呼ぶべきかしら。
Either one works.
今さら繰り返すまでもないでしょうけど、あんたの任務はこの第4計画のプレゼン期間中、私を守ること。
I know. You don't need to worry, Dr. Kozuki.
ドクターね。ま、副司令よりマシか。
That's what Renzo would have called her. Doctor, not XO. Just like her, Renzo wasn't too fond of formalities. In fact, one of the things he hated the most were rigid hierarchies. And I'm sure if he was going to be stuck working together with a woman he fancied, he would have avoided anything that reminded him of the military. Brains, beauty, she's got it all. Those voluptuous mounts are beyond awe-inspiring. Aphrodite herself would go green with envy. Mere words cannot begin to do justice to a belladonna like this. One must be in her presence to truly appreciate what she has to offer. Simply statuesque. Dr. Kozuki is stunning to the point where she sucks all the air from the room, which might explain how her breasts ended up so large. This guy is like so focused narrowly on her chest, man. I've known many people in my life, but nobody comes close to her. She's truly exceptional, especially in the bust department. I could live for 1,000 years and yet still fail to find somebody as overwhelming as her, particularly in the bust department. Did he just mentally take a picture of her chest?
何してるの？
Nothing. My friend, I offer unto you HD close-ups of Kozuki peaks, taken by yours truly as I stand directly before the real thing. Enjoy these buxom breasts you love so much. Enjoy them to your heart's content.
穴が開くほど人の胸凝視しておいてよく言うわ。それにしても、あんた見かけによらず暗いわね。お腹でも痛いの？
Okay, I'll give him this. He's very respectful of his possibly dead companion. He knows how to tribute him. No, Hangsty. Do I really? People often tell me that I look aloof, but there was a clear negative intent in the doctor's voice. This is a catastrophe. I don't care what people think of me. What people think of you, Renzo, that's a completely different story. I thought I was acting exactly as you would, but have I been doing it wrong this whole time? That can't be. Beautiful women have been drawn to me everywhere I go. I'm a goddamn Casanova. Doesn't matter where I go, chicks follow. My appeal is universal. At least, that's what I thought. It must be the culture, truly. The clash of civilizations is a dreadful thing. a complete barrier to my charms. A certain someone once said that before the war against the Beta, our world was split into 5 different cultural spheres, each with conflicting sets of values. Christianity, Islam, Greater China, India, and finally, Japan. The country developed its own unique civilization quite different from the rest of the world. A cultural Galapagos, Japan's peculiar culture is at the same time its strongest asset and its most glaring weakness. Even my usual lady killer routines aren't working here. Well, I blew my approach, but I can still salvage this. There's a lesson to be learned here. Always familiarize yourself with the local culture and customs before commencing future operations.
あの子たち大丈夫かしらね。
No. No, they won't. My apologies. I was lost in thought. Did you say something?
ああ、こっちの話よ。気にしないで。とにかく、短い付き合いだけどよろしく頼むわ。あんたの能力に期待してる。
And I won't betray them. I'm prepared to lay down my life for the sake of this mission. Now, I know this is an abrupt way to change this topic, but I'd like to go over the specifics of your guard detail.
で、どうしたい？でも、常にあんたが付きまとうのは嫌よ。
How am I supposed to act as your bodyguard then, Doctor?
なるべく視界に入らないでほしいわね。あんた目立つから気が散るのよ。そうね。半径30メートル以内はダメ。
Man, the military usually gives you very specific instructions you're supposed to follow to the letter, but she's the exact opposite. This is going to be more difficult than I thought. Understood. Now keep watch from a moderate distance. 30 meters shouldn't be an issue with my cyber augmented eyesight and speed. I'll still be more effective than your average bodyguard. Besides, this arrangement is perfect. Way easier for me to investigate Alternative 4 if I'm not chained to the doctor's side 24/7. All I have to do is make sure I'm not being watched.
ああ、それから、
Poor
私が
Kasumi.
このフロアにいる間は適当にしてくれて構わないから。
I don't understand.
どこにいてもいいってことよ。つまり、地下施設のセキュリティは万全だから、ここではお役ごめんってこと。
Are you saying that as long as you're underground, your safety is guaranteed?
そういうこと。いざとなったら呼ぶから、自慢の足で駆けつけてちょうだい。
So that's why there isn't a single guard station in the underground level. She's that confident about the base's security. Plus, no intelligence service on Earth can place an agent down here if there are no guard positions to be filled in the first place. A foolproof, completely autonomous security scheme. Sure, it's true that having unrestricted freedom of movement will come in handy, but I hope you know what you're doing.
そんなこと言われてもね。
I can't tell if she's being brave or just overly optimistic. Whichever it is, I don't think she's fully aware of the danger she's in. Yeah, this is way too convenient. Everything's been going my way since I got here. All the more reason I should proceed with caution. There's a definite possibility she suspects I'm here to investigate Alternative 4. In that case, I should be able to lift any suspicions on me by focusing on my guard duties. No offense, Dr. Kozuki, but you're not the one who decides whether it's safe or not. I know you're a genius, but you've never had to deal with a terrorist threat so close to home before. That's where I come in. Or perhaps you disagree. What the hell? Doctor, stand back! You have 3 seconds to come out or I'll shoot. Flawless my ass, this guy got all the way into her office.
ほら、見つかったみたいよ。
What the hell am I looking at there? Mandibles? Antenna? No. They're... ears? Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are ears.
ほう、私の気配を察知するとは大したものだ。
What? Who the hell's this guy?
一体いつからいたのよ。入室の許可なんてしてないんだけど。
Oh, it's this guy again.
失礼しました、博士。あまりの美しさに見とれてしまい、声の出し方を忘れてしまいまして。
Ah, now he's using his charms. Seriously, who is this guy? I didn't notice him at all.
やれやれ、死に物狂いで声の出し方を思い出したというのにつれないですな。さて、君は一体何者かね。麗しき闇世界のバラ、光月博士をたぶらかすつもりなら衣装をしたためたまえ。
Well, if you want to get real technical, there was someone, although it was considered an alternative reality, but still it happened. You got the order all wrong here, pal. You're supposed to give your name first.
これは失敬。私の名前は秘密だ。
That's fine. Your autopsy report will give me all the information I need.
人にいきなり銃を向けて恫喝するような輩に答える名などない。
You sure?
まずはその貴様呼ばわりをやめてもらおうか。私には鎧左近という名がある。そして役職は課長だ。
He gave his name anyway. I thought it was a secret. Your section chief, Sakon Yoroi? I've heard that name somewhere before.
私の名前を聞き出すとは誘導尋問か。やるな。
Bad cop never goes out of style.
漫才はそのあたりにしてもらっていい？
そうだぞ、オルランディ注意。いい加減にしたまえ。ボケのよ。
He knows who I am? Well, I guess it's not that surprising given he's on familiar terms with Dr. Kozuki. I must apologize, Mr. Yoroi. My behavior was uncalled for. I'm Lieutenant Sylvia Orlandi.
はじめまして注意。
で、何の用？今すぐ帰ってほしいんだけど。
いや、お恥ずかしい。何？色男が博士のハートを狙って来日したと聞き及び、都心に駆られ、気がつけばここにいた次第。
I would pay to watch these two try to win this girl's heart right here. I would. That seems like a hell of an entertainment series to begin with.
はいはい、わかったから。それより、準備は終わっているんでしょうね。
もちろん万事滞りなく。光月博士のご依頼とあらば、いかなることでも最優先。いつでも何なりと私にお申し付けください。
あっそ。じゃあさっさと帰ってもらえる？最優先で。
さすが光月博士。痛いところ。それでは退散するとしますかな。オルランディ注意。いずれまた。
まったく。毎度のことながら鎧の相手は疲れるわね。
Sakon Yoroi. I remember now. He's from the Imperial Ministry of Intelligence. The one and only Tokyo's man of mystery. I'm starting to understand. He's trying to tell me I'll be under observation at all times. That as long as I'm in Yokohama base, he can reach me whenever he likes. But at the very least, I'm sure he and Dr. Kozuki are on the same side. After all, Alternative 4 is Japan's baby, and he's part of the Japanese intelligence community. Officially, we are allies. Unofficially, it's quite a different story. I did expect someone to keep a close eye on me, but not Sakon Yoroi himself. This mission won't be easy.
ヤシロ、もう変なのはいなくなったから、出てきても大丈夫よ。
Wait, no. The rabbit girl, or rather, the artificial Esper.
この子のことは、当然知ってるわよね。
More or less. A byproduct of humanity's descent into madness, a tragic victim who had been forced to become a living reminder of the lengths mankind would go to in its desperate wish to live. What this girl had to endure is a tragedy, a crime that shouldn't be repeated no matter how far the beta force our hand. I'm Sylvia Orlandi. Nice to meet you. Oh no, don't tell me she lost the ability to speak in exchange for her mind-reading powers.
ヤシロかすみです。
Thank God, her situation isn't that horrible. A pleasure, Miss Yashiro.
あらら、嫌われたみたいね。
A natural reaction. I'm the first person she's met whose thoughts she can't read. It's obvious she'd be afraid.
シャチをこばった怖い顔してるからよ。笑ってみれば寄ってくるかもよ。
I can't. As long as I breathe, I'm not allowed to feel any joy. Okay. Not to mention, she's completely outside his strike zone. Since he would have ignored her, I have no reason to try and get buddy-buddy with Miss Yashiro unless the mission demands it. Oh my god, what's wrong with you, dude? Oh my god, why? Seems there's still some lingering remnants of my past self. I only lived to finish what Renzo started. That's how it should be, but I guess some of my personal preferences are still there. in my subconscious, crying out for release. Not that I'm into little girls, definitely not. On the other hand, it's not like I have anything against them either. Oh well, no use worrying about pictures I've already taken. I got storage space to spare and deleting them is far too much work. Yes, I'll just leave them there. Strictly for matters of efficiency.
ねえ、そこのロリコン。あんた自分が何しにここに来たか忘れてないわよね。
There it is. Of course not, Doctor. I'm not afraid of death because I died that day, back in the Algerian desert. However, the thought of someone going through the data in my brain after I'm dead is fate worse than death. All the fancy tech 6 million euros can buy, yet no one thought it would be a good idea to include an automatic memory wipe once I'm dead for good? Damn it! I'll have to delete them myself. There's no other option. But this isn't for my sake alone. Perish the thought. This is to preserve Renzo's honor too. I mean, best of luck with that, but... I think I have a general idea of how the basic security situation now. Place is manned by UN troops, so I can't see a non-state actor attending a large-scale raid. Small-scale attacks by special forces or guerrilla units are also another matter, though. However, there are plenty of guards and mechanized infantry all over the base. We're in an acceptable position, if I may say so. The place looks secure enough, and I guess the doctor knows what she's doing. I should go along with her proposal. I'd better do things my way, but it's not the place to decide. If you want me to keep my distance, I respect your wishes.
あれね。私は嫌だって言ったんだけどね。
Are you talking about the mechanized infantry? They're what keeps you safe. You have to compromise? And just so I'm certain, are you absolutely sure the security department is clean? I mean, it has to be. Miss Yashiro should be able to read their minds.
ご心配なく。少なくとも地下10階より下にいる人間は二重三重に確認してあるわ。
Is that so? Alright. That's convenient. Wish you would have told me earlier, though. Where are you going?
一緒に来て。あんたがここに滞在する間の案内役を紹介するわ。
You're the boss. Guides, a diplomatic way of saying handlers.
「全員揃ったようね」
What is this? They got uniforms? They look great. They're almost dressed like idols. If that was the theme. Whoa, what is she wearing? What the hell is this? I never expected Japanese soldiers to behave exactly like European ones do. Our values are simply too different, but this is beyond good and evil. And besides... that's something you'd wear to the carnival in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. There's absolutely nothing Japanese about it whatsoever.
福祉
なんでもないから続けて続けて。
Is there something in the water here in Yokohama? The doctor said guides, and this is a military base. Logic dictates that my handlers would be soldiers, maybe even surface pilots, but there's no way these are UN Type C uniforms. Absolutely no way. Just for argument's sake, even though it's completely ridiculous, let's assume these are military uniforms. That still doesn't answer the most pressing question. Why in blazes are they wearing this stuff? Are these girls here too? I don't know. Boost morale? Or maybe they're planning to perform for the UN VIPs? Doctor, what exactly are they wearing? I don't believe these are the standard issue UN uniforms.
この制服は私が開発した A 型軍装よ。まだ暑いしこっちの方が涼しいし、生地の量も減ってコストダウンだし、いいことずくめ。
That can't be right. Issuing a few custom-made uniforms actually makes it more costly. even if they use less fabric, you still need to tailor them from scratch.
ほら、気に入らなかった？私はあんなやぼったいのよりこっちの方が好きだけど。
Alright, well, I'm guessing this is gonna be one of those things that's a good mix of drama and comedy again. Or lighthearted, lightheartedness, which is good actually. A good mix of it always makes for a great story. Well, they certainly leave an impression. I love this already. Putting a carnival costume aside, this only proves beyond a shadow of a doubt how culturally isolated Japan is from the rest of the world. Can't say I disapprove though. Isolation might not be so bad after all. Japan clearly has a bright future ahead of it. I'm sure Renzo would wholeheartedly agree.